Snagaronius. Let's see if we're live, if we got volume today. I'm always fighting the technology. Fighting the technology. Check. Check. Oh, we got volume. Hello, Buggo, the good guy. Do we got volume? Do we have volume? Stefan Bullock's in there. Hudson, what's up? Yo, 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 Foxbox. Do we got volume? Oh, yeah. The NorCal Dave live stream. Volume is good. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Saturday. I missed last night because I had service calls. All right, Chris Bevins is in the house. What's up, Chris? I'm going to be heading down south for the EDR at the end of the month. Think I'm going to come down Tuesday after work. Yep. Oh, Phillies lost to LA today. Shine. God, the National League West is all knotted up. Knotted up. He's a super tech.
Yeah, super tech.
Oh, yeah, super teching it. Hughes H.V.A.C. is in the house. Fixer 69, what's up? Fixer gets to see it live. All right, here we go. Keith Peterson. Hello from Pomponio Beach, Florida. Well, hello, Keith. And thank you for the super chat. That's very nice. Thank you very much. Rookies, Smiley's pounding beers.
I'm the one that gets the jobs done. I'm a super tech. Don't forget it, son.
Oh, Shine had to clean ice makers all week. He's sore. Freon Leon, what's up? Shout out Wally World Tech in Cali. Stephen Bullock, I was super busy last night working on ice house evaporator coils. Yeah, I had a call last night that turned into a big old Murphy's got a good old another scratch on the arm. Yeah, Battle Scar Galactica. I love it. And it's dripping blood all over the place. I had to go get like a paper towel and some duct tape and seal that buddy up so I could finish working. Do you have any weird calls this week, Hudson? Yeah, I had a true freezer, one door true freezer. Keith Peterson, 69, super terrible. Yep. And Fixer 69 says thanks for all the great work. He's learned a lot. Yeah, thank you. Chris Bevins, the Chipotle boot video is classic. Dude, my whole boot, I was walking around in there before I looked down and noticed. I thought it had just spilled on the floor, Chris. But it had also gotten all over my boot, and I had been walking around in there because I was doing evaporator change out. Dude, it took me like an hour to clean up. It was just nasty. Oh, man. I still haven't worn those boots since that day. I put them in the washing machine, and then, they don't really dry. I tried to dry them and put them outside, and I think they're dry enough to probably wear to work on Monday. Oh. And now I forgot. Oh, yeah, my crazy call from the week. Let me get back to what I was saying. So I had this one-door true refrigerator, dirty condenser, cleaned the condenser, plugged it in, everything fired off. I knew right away there was no gas in it, and I was like, on a freezer, that's kind of odd. For some reason, the evaporators on freezers don't leak. Have you guys ever noticed that? The walk-in refrigerators, the coils will leak, and on the freezers, they don't. It's a trip, for the most part. So, I pressurized it, and it's actually the tube on those Trues. It goes up at the back of the box, inside the spray foam. And it was leaking up in there. You could hear it, and I couldn't tell if it was the cap tube or the pipe. So I gave him a quote to do a repair to run the tube on the outside of the box. We'll strap it to the back of the box, drill a hole, and go in. But the problem is that it's just a little F23. It's a small little freezer. It's 13 years old. So I told him, yeah. I go, I'll make the repair, but if the compressor dies in a week or two, then you're going to be down another $1,300. So they're going to do a little soul searching on that freezer. I mean, it's fixable. We can fix it. I just don't know how long it'll last. And then I don't want them. And I actually told them that too. I go, I don't want you guys getting all bummed out on me. Just having a little coffee tonight. Because, then they'll get all bummed on you. And if you don't tell them, Super Tech hack scoop up, extra sauce, have some later. Yeah, Keith, I didn't know if I was going to wash my boot or lick my boot. The Chipotle boot, that's my worst wipeout on the job probably ever. You guys have seen those big plastic tubs of the sauce. I thought it was Thousand Islands. And then the guy goes, no, that's Chipotle sauce. Shines all new money in old units. Yep, that's a tough call. That's true. I'll keep you guys posted. If I get to fix it, I'll make a video in there because where it's located, I could totally put the GoPro on my forehead and let it rip. And that's probably a good one for some of you guys too. Because when you do if you have to replace the cap tube on those too, just so you guys know, a lot of you guys already know this. You're not going to run the cap tube through the case. You have to run it externally and drill a hole. I've done that a bunch of times. I'm sure you guys have too. Dave Pascal. Solve true reach-in freezer T49F on temperature issues by relocating T1 thermistor sensor. All right, that's a good heads up. Holding -10 all day. I'll tell you guys a good freezer story. We used to take care of the Subway sandwiches, right? When I worked for the shop in town. I got this little rag again. We'll read some highlights out of here for this month. Indoor comfort news. Here's a couple stories we can go over. But so we used to take care of the Subways, and the one right by my house, I'd always get that call. He'd always call at nighttime. This hippie guy owned it, and like 3 techs had been out before me before the boss sent me out, right? And that's fair. Everyone gets a crack at it. They're learning. And I had remembered on those Subways, only by happenstance, that those freezers were just holding freezers. So they're designed for product to come in at a certain temperature and hold it at around 0 degrees. Or a little, maybe +10 to 0 degrees. Just, it's just the stuff they had in the Subways. And those Subway freezers, you could turn the thermostat down lower. They're not designed, at least back then, they were not designed to be -20 freezers. Or -20 degree evaporator, pardon me, or like -10 degrees for product. So even though he had a Subway, he was trying to put ice cream in there and sell ice cream out of there on the side and do his own thing. And his ice cream wouldn't freeze like he wanted it to. And we already had 2 techs out there. So when I got out there, I had to get Norlake on the phone because Norlake made the box so he could hear it with his own ears. He didn't believe it. We got into this big battle. Him going, it's a freezer. It's got to freeze. And I'm like, nah, man, this is different, dude. This is a holding freezer. And so the tech at Norlake had to explain to him that freezer is only for putting, oh, thanks, Freon Leon. Yeah, hit the like button. Help a brother out. So I'm gonna hit it right here. Watch this. Click. Plink. And I hit my own like button. Does that count? And so yeah, and they figured out that it's just a holding freezer. He couldn't put ice cream in it, so that blew his little side hustle. The only thing I don't like about the Subways was the new Ketatherm Cool Pack units. I haven't seen those yet, Hudson. Usually the Ketatherm stuff, is it Ketatherm or is that Keta Cool? Maybe that's a different company. I was thinking of that Ketatherm stuff. Cool Pack units. I'm not a big fan of the capsule pack units. They're always a pain in the butt, and they'll shove them up above the T-bar and all kinds of weird stuff. Being okay with other techs learning and not being except they couldn't figure it out is awesome. You rock. Yeah, Foxbox 193. Hey, there's a lot of stuff I don't know how to fix, even at my age. And I admit it. I call tech support all the time, especially on the VRV stuff. There's a lot of VRV stuff that still kicks my butt. You guys know that. And I have to work on it at the day job because I'm kind of like the designated VRV guy now. So I take a whooping. We try to figure it out, right? That's our job. Drain line freezers all the time on those capsule pack units. Yep, I've added extra heat strips in those drain lines. Refrigeration Insight, what's up? What's the favorite stuff that I like to work on? For me, I like to dude, if I can get a walk-in box call or ice maker calls, I still enjoy those a lot. Just basic stuff. Keith Peterson, HVAC Survival can fix it. He that dude's a real super tech, super duper tech. He likes that Stratus leak detector. He's a Stratus fan. I sold my Stratus. I sold it to my buddy Tom Powell. I gave him the homeboy discount because he always helps me out with the Daikin stuff. So I gave him the bro deal. Michael wants to know what my day job is. I'm a HVAC technician at the university. So I'm working on, dude, we still got skyscrapers that run on pneumatic controls, old school pneumatic stuff. So it all starts with an air compressor down in the basement, all the way up to the sixth floor. Air tubing, air valves, diaphragms, boilers, hot water, environmental rooms, you name it. It's a great job. And then NorCal Refrigeration is a legit business. I'm licensed, bonded, insured. And I do that when I get off work from the day job, and I do it on Saturdays and Sundays too. And then I make YouTube videos trying to share the knowledge. What up, Dave? Is 454B shortage true? I don't know if the 454B shortage is true or not, but that'll parlay us into this first article on the rag here. EPA pauses refrigeration transition. U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Lee Zeldin announced the agency is reconsidering the technology transition rule that requires companies to use particular technologies for refrigeration systems that he says may raise the cost of food and groceries. And here I got to get to page 17. EPA regulations are a large part of the equation. The technology transition final rule was released by the EPA in October of 23, revised in December of 23, and restricts the use of high global warming potential HFCs in new refrigeration, air conditioning, and heat pump equipment. For stationary air conditioning and heat pumps, the rule set a 700 global warming potential limit for most new comfort cooling equipment, including chillers, effective January 1, 2025. So that's in effect. The requirement effectively ended production of most comfort cooling systems containing the high global warming potential refrigerant R410A by that date. So that's where we're at right now. Listen to this part of the rule. This is sketch. The rule also mandates, check this out, a 150 to 300 global warming potential limit on most new commercial refrigeration systems used in supermarkets and convenience stores, with the compliance date ranging from 2026 to 2028, depending on the size of the equipment. Dude, what the hell refrigerant is that one going to be? A 150 to 300 GWP. So hopefully they're going to put that on hold. That's what they're saying. But yeah, well, they're not going to use R290 in grocery stores. It holds too much. Oh, CO2. Yeah, the grocery stores might have to go CO2 100%. Wow, that's crazy. Sounds like HFOs I did my first 454 unit today. You know what I always do when these refrigerants change? I just sit back and wait until whatever the OEMs use, then that's what I end up using. For example, like when the ice makers all changed, and there was a short term where Manitowoc used that HP81 for a little bit, and then everything went to 404. And so whatever they end up switching to is what I'll end up using. Um, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Just figuring out when they're going to do all this. Shine makes extra money on the weekend bar hopping and doing lines and beer line cleaning. Extra money. Oh, that's good, dude. Those beer lines get filthy, dude. They're so nasty. Got stores with walk-in boxes on 290. It has multiple heads. Interesting. I thought there was a limit on that R290, like 5 ounces per unit. That's really cool. All Walmarts in California, new condensing units are CO2 and glycol. Very nice. I figured everything would go CO2 for the grocery stores. I think they've been doing that in Europe for a long time. For a long time. Refrigeration Insights 448 and 449. I've been using 448A all over the place. Felipe's in the house. What's up, Felipe? What's up? Refrigeration Insight. California has strict rules. Yeah, we got probably the strictest rules. I like the old school refrigerant. Can't deal with the new mixed stuff. Stephen Bullock. I just use whatever they have us use. I mean, it kind of dictates itself by the price, right? So right now, 448A is a lot cheaper than 404. They don't want you to use the 404, so now the price is $600 a jug, and you can still get 448 for like 3 something. Let's see. Wilby says he heard 454A is the way to go in the future. Yep, that's the one. That's the one they've 454A, 454B. One replaces the R22 styles and one does like the 404 stuff. 300 grams for closed, 500 something for open cases. Okay. That's the rules. I'll just wait and see whatever the OEMs put out there, and then that's the gases we'll use, and the supply house will have what we need. Shine likes the R290. It's easy to work on. Dude, how about my little YouTube short where I vented the R290 and the YouTube police were coming for my ass? Yeah. It's so funny that people don't know that you can vent the R290 on those reach-ins. You're only looking at like 3.5 ounces of charge. Yeah, you're supposed to do it in a well-ventilated area. I was in a liquor store. There was no open flames or nothing, and I wasn't far from the door. And I was catching hell. You go read the comments on there. It's comical. Oh, yeah, and R600A. Yeah, Chris Bevan says you're supposed to vent it. Yeah, I'm not putting it in a recovery machine. Yeah, pull it over. Pull it over. We should find that one. Oh, there it is. I found it. Yeah, pull it over. You vented the R290 refrigerant. Pull it over. Pull it over. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, woo, woo.
Filming my work all day long, doing my best to pass it
HVAC YouTube police.
Bids, making them good, sharing knowledge just like I should.
What is the slime and ice machines? I call it organic matter. Keith Peterson for the super chat. Shout out to the new drummer of Primus. Yeah. Pull it over.
You didn't purge your nitrogen.
Police, the YouTube police.
Talking about
The HVAC YouTube police.
YouTube police.
Oh, they got me.
They're gonna get you, they're gonna get me.
Felipe calls the slime and the ice makers the oysters. Oh, Chris Bevins, no. Primus doesn't suck. Dude, I'll tell you my Primus story. We went to go see the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think in 19, must have been 1989 on the Mother's Milk Tour. And they were playing, I think it was at the Fillmore in San Francisco. And it was Mary's Danish, Primus, and Red Hot Chili Peppers. We'd never heard of the other two bands, right? I always loved shows like that. Never heard of the first two bands. We went there, we got beers, we're doing the thing. You know, I was a young man in those days. We're having a good time. And we wanted to see Flea. We knew who Flea was, the funky Flea bass and the whole deal. Didn't know much about John Frusciante because that was his first album on there, and we were fans of Hillel when he was on in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Love those first two records. And the first band came out as Mary's Danish. Pretty freaking good little LA band. I was like, shit, that was pretty good. Then Primus came out. We'd never seen those dudes. Not even a clue. Even though they were Bay Area guys, we didn't know who they were. Oh my God. Claypool came out ripping with the bass, his legs kicking, he's doing his thing. The drummer is an assassin, just. And this is live, right? They get done with their set, our minds are blown. I was just like, holy shit, what did I just see? They come out in the audience with us, and we're all partying to watch the Chili Peppers, and they're with us in the audience. Great bunch of dudes. Oh man, such a great bunch of dudes. And then the Red Hot Chili Peppers blew up and became megastars. But I like that Mother's Milk album. My favorite song on that Mother's Milk album, there's a song on there called Subway to Venus. Great freaking song. Oh, if you say Primus sucks, it means you're a fan. See, you got me, Bevins. I was coming for you. You fucking got me. I didn't know the code lingo. I'm not that big of a fan of Primus, but I know that they're badass, and I got to see them live when they were kids. Yeah, man, they were just mind-boggling. I'd never seen anything like that in my life, honestly, to this day. That Les Claypool, holy moly, what a shredder. And we were there to see Flea bass, and when we were like, whoa, because the buddy I went with, my buddy Terry Moon, he plays bass. And we were just, I was like, Flea, huh? There's a good debate. Claypool or Flea on bass? Whoa, mama mia. I still like that Felipe calls the slime in the ice maker oysters. I used to call it lasagna. Jason Johnson's in the house. Hola, amigos. Oh, man. The lasagna. Sometimes it looks like lasagna in there. Here we go, Wilby. I had a customer years back that wanted to create green ice for St. Patrick's Day. He couldn't figure out why it still came out clear. Oh, Shine saw Tom Petty at the Spectrum. My buddy was in the first row. Tom Petty handed him his guitar pick. I love Tom Petty. I was stoned off my ass in the 17th row. Oh man, I listen to Tom Petty a lot when I'm riding the Harley. I'll do the Hey Siri thing and I'll have her put on the Tom Petty channel. Old School says that Red Hot Chili Peppers used to be a good band. Now Anthony can't age. Um, I'd still go see them live. I bet you they're still a good band live, just because Frusciante is such a shredder on guitar. Great guitar player. Oh man, I love Frusciante's on guitars. Oh, I got a Chad Smith. I went to the Chad Smith drum clinic. So when those guys were all sponsored, so they're all sponsored too, even though they're pro musicians. So after the Blood Sugar Sex Magic album came out, and I think they got done with the tour for that record, or they were taking a break. You know, back then Chad Smith was sponsored by Pearl Drums, and he came out to a drum clinic. You buy a little ticket, you go in there, and they play along with the songs, and they talk about the drums, and they're sponsored, so they're trying to sell you their gear, right? And then afterwards, He was like, "What do you guys do around here?" And the boys took him to the strip bar. And he was a regular dude, man. You know, he's got to go from city to city on these little drum, uh, the little drum. What would you call it? Like a little drum sales tour that he was sponsored to do. And he was honest with us, dude. He's all, I was like, "Well, what about these Pearl drums?" He's all, "Don't buy them, they're crap." And then he ended up getting a DW sponsorship. He was an honest guy. Chris Bevan says Chad Smith 90s drum video is so great. You know who had a great drum tutorial CD? I would buy those CDs to watch those guys. Was John Blackwell Jr. from that played with Prince. John Blackwell Jr. Ripper drummer. Absolute annihilator. Oh, Bad Religion was an awesome show. Seen them at the Whiskey in Hollywood. Jason Johns. Bad Religion's still a great band. Still a really, really good band. Oh, Stephen Bullock's got to get back to work at the Ice House. Working till Sunday morning. All right, Stephen, have a good night, man. Tear it up out there. AC Cobra Runner's in the house. Oh, yeah. Everybody showed up. I didn't do the live stream last night because I had service calls. So I'm making up for it tonight. Oh, man. Peace out, brother. Oh, let's see if there's another article in here. So we might get a postponement on that. Stupid refrigerant thing. They're showing some of that AHR Expo out in Florida where you saw the guys were posting on Instagram. It says Daikin Applied buys modular comfort systems. Daikin America has announced that it has made a major investment in modular comfort systems, a provider of customized HVAC solutions that supports consulting engineers, contractors, building owners, and operators in upstate New York. Let's see if there's anything else. Usually they got like all the new tools posted in here, but that hasn't been happening lately. Fujitsu opens new training center in New Jersey. New Fujitsu General America Incorporated recently celebrated the opening of its new training center in Pine Brook, New Jersey. The Airstage Technology Solutions and Learning Center was developed to keep pace with Fujitsu's growth and provide easy access to training and troubleshooting instruction. I'm all for that. The more we can learn about these VRV systems, the better. Carrier unveils first environmental product declaration for residential. God, I can't even talk. Let's try that again. Carrier unveils first environmental product declaration for residential. Carrier is pleased to announce the launch of its first environmental product declaration. Oh God. For residential HVAC solutions in North America. This milestone reinforces that the company's ongoing commitment to sustainability and transparency in the environmental performance of its products. Carrier is part of Carrier Global, a global leader in intelligent climate and energy solutions. Sounds like Carrier might go the way of Snow White. Smart home HVAC. Let's see. Pimping out that. Oh yeah, you guys have seen this in Teleheat. They're hitting this advertisement hard. Everyone. That's probably the future right there. The Mitsubishi. You put that coil on top of the existing furnace. You get your Mitsubishi outdoor unit, and then it decides if it wants to heat pump or burn gas. That's probably the future. Right there. You could probably upsell the shit out of that where I live. I could start tomorrow. They're in stock. I need 32 grand. We can start tomorrow. You get 32 grand for a coil change out in a condenser. Who's coming over to help? Let's do it. It'd be like clubbing seals out here. Let's do it. 32 G's a unit. Let's go. We'll start tomorrow. What suppliers sell Fujitsu? I haven't. Let's see. RSD used to sell Fujitsu in my area, and I used to buy those because they were easier to get than the Mitsubishis for me. Even though I like the Mitsubishis better. All right, here we go. Felipe wants to know Mr. 45 or the Navac nerd? Not even close. The nerd's way better. Way, way, way better. Way better. I might have some Navac stuff to show you guys in a little bit later this month. We don't have to do a ton of overtime. Had one last night at the hospital. OR room chiller was down. Had poor flow and the other chiller as well. Mag bearing. Oh, you guys got the maglev? I got a maglev compressor that's down right now on a McQuay maglev. Let's see. Derek Lindsay. Did you see Steve Lab's video he posted the other day on Mumblin' Mini? It was funny. I did. I left a comment. I left a funny comment on there for him also, Derek, on that video. Labs is a legend. I want to drink beers in that dude's backyard and burn cardboard. Remember when he used to do the cardboard burns in the backyard? He'd be drinking like a 6-pack talking story. He'd get all Slur Master out there. He'd get all Slur Master burning cardboard around the fire. Yeah, a little fireside chat. Mama. Johnstone sells Fujitsu. Oh, Tom Leck Air Conditioning is in the house. What's up, Tom? Johnny Wannerhand. My Johnstone is Mitsubishi. All right. Yeah, the HH says the nerd all day. The nerd's way better than the Mr. 45. And that's just being honest. I liked them both, but the nerd, man, it's just a lot nicer. Felipe, that blue one's for sale up there. That's the old, who used to make that one? Promax. The Promax is for sale, Felipe. I'll give you a bro deal on it. Promax is for sale, Felipe. Nothing beats the Promax. The Promax is the industry standard recovery machine. Hit me up, Felipe. I'll give you a bro deal. When am I going to do a live with Steve? I don't think Steve likes me that much. I'm on the East Coast. Y'all are on the West Coast. Yeah. Oh, Marat's in the house. There's a busy refrigeration guy right there. I can't believe you found a crane on the same day you had a unit go down. So I'll give the listeners a backstory. I follow Marat on Instagram. Great Instagram follow. That dude does 10,000 calls a day and keeps chugging. And he had a condensing unit with a leaky condenser micro channel. And then the next clip is he's got a crane out there. He's changing it out. So I messaged him and I told him a crane out here in the Bay Area. It'd be really hard to get one the same day. I use a tree service. This guy at the tree service will hook me up for about $500. If I make an appointment with him. But the big cranes all come out of San Jose and they're all union and it's a $3,000 minimum to get a crane out here, even for the small one. So if I got to do a little condensing unit, it's up high and I got to get the real crane, I just give the customer the crane service phone number and I have them set it up and pay for it. Or else they'll think I'm ripping them off, right? And they lose their minds when they see how expensive it is. But, union driver, union cranes got to come from San Jose into Santa Cruz. So it's $3,000. But if I can make an appointment with my tree service guy that has a crane, I can get it for $500. Yeah, holy crap is right. I told Marat that story. He couldn't believe it. That's why we're all poor out here. The crane guy's got all the money. Rusty Auxiliaries in the house. What up, Dave? Gluttons for punishment. Yeah, we work all week and then we talk about work on the weekend. How cool is that? And I still watch all your guys' videos. All you guys have channels. I watch all your guys' stuff. It's better than what's on TV. I'd rather watch you guys wrench and fix stuff than what's out there on television. I have a crane guy in SoCal for smaller stuff, $300 for a quick lift. Oh, that's awesome. We had a guy in town, Randy at Toucan Crane, and he wanted me to play drums in his cover band. And dude, they had a great set list. They played great songs and they played all the little local bars around. But I didn't take him up on the offer because I was too busy. My kids were younger back then. But then he retired. He ended up retiring and no one's filled the spot. But I found a tree guy that has a crane and he'll come and hook me up. But it's 5 Hunsky. I got a Speedy Crane big one 15 years ago. It cost me $2,400. Union guys. Yep. I use Tom. I think Tom, aren't you in the Bay Area? I use West Coast Crane. I use Lowell at West Coast Crane, and I think it's $3 grand minimum now, even for the small one. But hey, they got to drive over Highway 17 and the whole deal. And I'd imagine his insurance is absolutely brutal between wages and insurance. Those 400-ton cranes are bucks. Yep. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just sharing the story. It is what it is. If I got to hire him, I got to hire him. But the way I do it, there was one at the gas station I had over here, and I couldn't get the tree guy, and he wanted his stuff going. Great customer, super cool guy. I gave him the number of like 3 crane companies. Then I let him pick the one, and I told him, meet me here at 5 a.m. Have him for a 5 a.m. kickoff. And it's what's great about the crane drivers. They'll crank out early. They actually prefer it because then there's no traffic on the road for them. But oh yeah, Tom Leach is in San Francisco. There you go. Yeah, I get West Coast Crane. They used to be in Scotts Valley and then they moved up to they're in San Jose. So I get West Coast. And it's Tom knows everything in the Bay Area is union, so it's expensive. I just ran into here we go, Refrigeration Insight. Ran into a R22 parallel rack system today at Trader Joe's. Thing was in pristine condition. Oh, that's great. I love it when old gear is in good shape. Like that freezer I looked at yesterday looked amazing, but man, I'll fix it for him. But man, it's 13 years old. You know what's going to happen. But we'll see. I gave them a number. We'll see if they want me to fix it or not. I'll find out. I sent them an email for this leaky run the new little line set in a cap tube. But yeah, there's a definite void for a crane service in the Monterey Bay area for sure. For sure. But the tree guy does a great job. He'll do weekends. So his number for me is good on weekdays or on the weekends cuz I'll get him a lot on Saturdays. Saturday mornings and I'll get the cranes 500 bucker and that's fine with me. Don't you have a badass ladder crane, Dave? Chris Bevins. So I have all the parts. Well, most of the parts to it. Still, I had to. I needed the unistrut on a job, so I had to sacrifice the handle. I was on this job, and it was. Check it out. Oh, this is a great story. The guys at the VFW called me up, and they're all, "Hey, we want to replace the equipment on the walk-in box." So I went out there, took a look at it, gave them a price, and these dudes are like, there's like old sailors in there, and a lot of those old dudes were wrenches, right? So I changed the condensing unit out and I get the old evaporator coil out. And I'm getting ready to hang up the new coil. And he wants unistrut. He wants that thing, some strut on the wall and the thing bolted to the strut. He knew his shit. It was great, dude. He was cracking my balls. And I was like, yeah, man, I got some unistrut, no problem. And so I went out to the truck and I had to get 2 pieces the same size. So I had to chop up the ladder crane arm. I'll have to get another piece of strut and rebuild it. So the ladder crane arm, it got recycled, and it's inside the VFW holding up the VAP cooler. Those guys were great. Oh, you've been servicing the same customers over and over, or do you just do who hits you up for a side gig? No, I go around in a circle of Refrigeration Insight. I've got my same bunch of customers. I honestly don't try to expand. I've had all the bad customers in town and I got away from them and my circle went to like this, but it works. And so I got my circle that works and I stay in it. And every once in a while I pick off a new one or something. Someone gives somebody my number And if it's a referral from like one of my good customers and they're all, hey, so and so gave me your number, if you could come check my stuff, I'll come check it out. Because then usually it's a good group of people. You know what I mean? The ones when I'm talking about weeding out the bad customers, you guys know what that means. Is the ones that you got to go chase your money, or they try and lower your bid, or it's maybe I'm getting so old and finicky. Maybe the equipment's just so beat. You're just like, I don't even want to deal with this. You know, does that make sense? And sometimes you have to fire the customer. Derek Lindsay. Yeah. When the kids were little and I was starving, man, I'd go fix any piece of junk. I would, man. I would hustle. That's how you do it. Don't let the 10% of the bad ones take up 80% of your time. Yep, Chris Bevins, that's the comment of the day right there. Comment of the day. Yes, sir. You got to weed out the turkeys, man. You really do. And you'll be just fine doing that too. Word of mouth is the best advertising. I don't do any advertising. I used to have the magnets on the side of the van. You guys, did I tell you guys this story? And there's another old guy in town that does repairs. He's a really good mechanic, Henry. If you're watching this, Henry, shout out to you. And we all cross paths, and then he would ask me to help him on jobs sometimes, or he'll call me up and go, "Hey, do you got this part?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, swing by the house," and we'll trade up. I go, "Just get me another one," and he will. He'll get a part off my van, go use it, and then a day or two later he'll come by and then drop me one off, and we help each other out. And I went to go look at a job with him. It was a coil change out job. He's all, "Hey, meet me up at this place." And it's so funny. He goes, "What's that shit on the side of your van?" I'm all, "What?" He goes, "Every tweaker in town's going to know there's tools in your van. Take those things off." And I listened to him, and I got rid of the billboards. So now the side of my van is just white. And I listened, man. That's good advice. I took the company logo off the side of the van and went, I don't need every tweaker knowing I got tools in the van. Working for a company you can't fire your customers. It sucks. That's true. I remember the COD list at the shop I used to work for. We had a COD list of customers that didn't pay. Dude, and the boss used to eat about 100 grand a year in unpaid bills. But I guess it was a tax write-off. And so the COD list was if they called, they had to pay that day. There was no 30 days. You ever poke direct fire? Batch ovens, Dave. Not much on the internets for that kind. I don't do any hot side, Rusty. I do all the refrigeration stuff. I don't touch any of the hot side stuff. I had years ago, but I'm not. I don't do the hot side. I'll do furnaces, residential furnaces, and commercial heating, but I don't do any hot side kitchen equipment. Working for a company and you can't. Oh yeah, we read that one. That used to irritate me when I did residential. Don't have to worry about that much in heavy commercial. Yeah. Honestly, Dave, you and my old boss are the smartest techs I've ever seen, and he was a mechanic engineer. Oh, that's awesome. That's a nice compliment. Um, damn blue collar tweaking. Yep, get the Primus reference in there. Those blue collar tweakers were the backbone of this nation. Um, we're living in meth America. That's another term I came up with, like pluggo buggo. I came up with the Meth America one. I should probably trademark that. That's a great one. I need to do the Meth America song. I need to do a ballot to the Meth America. I haven't done a slow song. What do you guys think about that? Should I try and get on that? Make a funny ass slow song called Meth America. Yeah, brother. How's the weather in my area? 67 degrees and sunny today. I'll be walking the dog after this in a t-shirt. Do you ever have to repair units hit by tweakers? Oh, I got some good tweaker stories. So before I got the job at the college, the day job, I worked for a mechanical contractor in town. and I get a call for the AC's not working. It's a 2-story building. And I think they had 6 units, split systems, 6 split systems. And the company I worked for, me and my coworker had put in all brand new furnaces and new condensing units, right? The year before. So I get the call, there's no air conditioning. It's kind of on a busy street, and there's a lot of shrubbery around the back. So it's like all the condensing units. There's a gas station right here, then almost kind of like an alleyway that's dirt, between the two buildings with trees and things, and then the condensing units along the side of the 2-story, the back of the buildings here, and then the gas stations here. And I go out there for the one that had the complaint for no cooling. Condensing unit's gone. So then I walk down the building. They're all gone. Every one of them. Hacked. Hacked to the max. NorCal Dave, sticker packs would rule. I'm going to work on that, on the sticker packs. Chris Bevins. I'm going to work on the sticker packs and maybe one cool t-shirt. And then I want to parlay the sticker pack into a calendar with all the sayings. So a funny saying for each month. I'm going to try and do that for you guys. Let's hope you got the freeze bums doing it. So I went and got and luckily, dude, the guy that owned the building, his insurance company was there. So I went and got him and showed him. And we got to replace all those units again and build cages around them and the whole thing. And of course, they filed a claim with their insurance. Put all the sayings on one shirt. Yeah, I could try that. We should incorporate that. Some kind of cool logo and all the funny sayings where it looks kind of fun. Maybe a shirt and a sticker pack combo. If you order the shirt, you get the sticker pack. I got to work on that. I know a guy. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. NorCal coffee cup. Nah, that's a lame idea. NorCal rolling papers. What if it was a pack of rolling papers so you don't know which paper you get has the saying on it? You could be smoking a pluggo buggo. You might get an iced up coil of Titus. Oh man. What if you're rolling one up and you get crustolium? Oh man, there's not such a thing as cold. Chris Bevins likes the rolling paper idea. That would be epic. Oh, it'd be so good. I wonder if they could do that. I wonder if they got some type of ink that doesn't give you guys all kinds. Marat's laughing at that one. I wonder if there's some kind of ink you could smoke where it doesn't fuck you all up. Oh, I could. Yeah, that'd be funny as hell. I'm smoking a Pluggo Buggo right now. Oh, classic. Oh, what if there's only one in the whole package? You only get one super tech, and it's like it folds out into like a Cheech and Chong size, and then you roll in the super tech, dude. Oh, that's such a good idea. I could probably market that. Oh yeah, that would go over real good. Today's episode brought to you by NorCal Refrigeration Rolling Papers. Get the super tech in your pack. I'm cracking up too, man. That'd be so good. Oh man, NorCal rolling papers. God, that's a great idea. It's like the golden ticket from Willy Wonka. Oh, totally, totally. The golden ticket. You get. Oh yeah. What if you don't get the super tech one in every pack? It's like you have to keep buying those things because you're trying to get the super tech rolling paper. And then you're all pissed off and you're like, oh man, I got iced up coilotitis again. And then you finally get buy the pack where the super tech's in there, and you're like, that thing's on Instagram everywhere. Super tech. Make some bongs. Oh man, the rolling papers would be epic. Or what if maybe the reality is I could do the t-shirt and the sticker pack And then maybe I could find some giant rolling papers and then randomly put a giant rolling paper in the sticker pack t-shirt combo. Oh man. I got to get Hack and Mo doing that, dude. I got to do an episode of Hack and Mo with the NorCal rolling papers. Oh, that's going to happen. I smoked a super tech now and my lungs are pluggo buggo. Oh man, that's so good. Yeah, I got to do it. I'm going to have to bust out a new episode of Hack and Mo where they get the NorCal refrigeration rolling papers. The bong's in the shape of a compressor. Derek Lindsay's all yes for Hack and Mo. Oh, hell yeah. I haven't broken those dudes out in a long time. It's weird, man. You get like these little creative cycles. And I don't know what generates it. There's like sometimes where I could just go and do shit. I'll record a song, I'll do a Hack and Mo, shit's flowing. It's like you think it could last forever. And what's funny is I filmed the Hack and Mo with the iPhone. So I do all the green screen and all the splicing and all the editing is on my iPhone. It's kind of tedious, but it's not too bad. I still think it's easier than the computer. And I make that happen on the iPhone. And then you get times where you're just swamped with work and you got crap jobs and it's on your brain. And then all the creativity just goes, wah, wah, wah. Yeah. It just goes downhill. I got a good video coming out tomorrow. I had one that was a head scratcher. I was determined to figure it out, and so far so good. It's still working. So, customer stoked. It didn't cost him a lot of money. I figured it out probably within an hour and a half, and I stuck around to make sure things were working and double check stuff. Your metering device, broad, needs adjustment. Oh, that's funny. And so I'll have that video out tomorrow morning. Should be okay. It's not a long one. I think I only got like 11 or 12 minutes out of it. I didn't have the GoPro. If I would have had the GoPro, it would have came out good, but I had the iPhone, so I'm trying to do stuff and film, and then you can't film with two hands because you're holding the iPhone, even though the iPhone does such a better quality of recording. It really does. Such a good filming device. And you can film on it, edit, post, everything right from your phone. It's super good, super good. All right, well, let's call it a night, man. We bullshitted for a bit. We had a good laugh. We need to get the NorCal rolling papers going. I'm gonna see if that's a possibility. That'd be hilarious. Do you still have the explicit version of the Super Tech song? Seems like I heard one of your videos back in the days. Yeah, I got the Super Tech song. Let's roll it. Yeah. Oh, thanks you guys.
He's a super tech.
You guys are the bomb.
His job's done before. He's a super tech.
He's a super tech.
Never calls tech support.
Never calls the tech support.
He's a super tech. Gets his job's done before. He's a super tech.
All right, you guys, have a great weekend. And we'll regroup. I'll try and do another live next week for sure.
He never has to use them calibrated hands. Dispatch sends him on the no heat call. He's got it diagnosed before he gets to the door. Cause he's a super tech. He's the super tech. Yeah, super tech. Yeah, he's a super tech. Gets his jobs done before. Yeah, he's a super tech.
There it is. That could be yours.
Never calls tech support. Yeah, he's a super tech. Jobs done before. He's a super tech.